Hey guys, so I'm going to try to stumble through explaining how to do the product review addition to your pages. I had to stumble through, and this is going to be clumsy, so I apologize now, because I had to go through and kind of compare to the sample site they had and see what I missed, and I'll probably have to do that again. I will send this link and I will send the code to you in the description, but this is the Wix information on how to do it, so I will send that link to you guys, and this is the sample site they give you to do the stuff you want to do. Anyways, so I'm going to be going back and forth between mine where I'm adding it and the one where they have it so that I make sure I have everything correct. What you're going to do is when you go into edit your editor on your page, you need to make sure that your dev mode is turned on. You do that right here, dev mode, turn on dev mode. And yeah, we don't need that info. So that gives you the ability to change the code and gives you access to all of this stuff. The first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to add two databases. The first one is going to be, well, let me show you what I did there. We're going to go to databases here. We're going to click add, the plus button. We're adding a new collection. We're going to call it reviews stats. And let's just make sure that's right. Review stats. And we're going to have this be, I don't know why this doesn't scroll well, but it doesn't. We're going to have this be custom use. And we're going to set custom permissions. I believe their settings were everything was allowed to anyone except the last one. But let me just check. Again, like I said, I'm going to be going back and forth. Edit settings. Anyone, admin. Okay, so that was correct. Anyone, and this one is admin. And then we're going to set and create. So in this database, we want to make sure we have the following fields, and if you follow their instructions, they explain it too. You want rating, count, recommended, and ID. So we're going to go to add a field, or you can click new item. We're going to go rating, and again we're going to just follow along here to make sure everything's right. This is their sample, so we have rating, count, recommended. Rating, oops, it closed it on me. Rating, and this is going to be a number, they're all numbers. Count, again, it's a number. And recommended. And hopefully we can spell. Save. So those three fields are there. That's what they said. I don't know why they pointed out the ID, but if you wanted to look at that, you could go to manage fields. The ID is automatically there. It's hidden. It's a system created field, so it's always there. So that is that database. The page we're going to be adding the reviews to is the product page. You want to make sure that that's where you're putting it, because you want them to do reviews for each product, right? We're going to add a strip. We're just going to go with a simple one. We're going to do it down here. That's like the footer, so we're going to add a strip here. This is going to be where we're going to display the information, and then we're going to add another strip, a classic, and this one is going to be the actual review display. So we got two strips. We also, we need to add one more database, and this is going to be the reviews database. So a new collection. This is going to be reviews. This is where we're going to contain all of our information, and again, this one is custom. Custom, and then set, and this one is going to be anyone for all of it. Anyone. Set and create. So this database, we need to put all the fields we want listed in there. So we're going to have writer name, which is going to be text. We're going to have rating, which is going to be a number. We're going to have email, which is also going to be text. We're going to have the comments, which is going to be text. We're going to have if recommended, which is going to be a Boolean because it's going to be a yes or no. Let's see, what are we missing? They actually did an image. Let's see what they called it. Oh, they just called it photo. So we're going to do photo, and that's going to be an image. Save. Let's see, what else do they have? They got photo, rating, writer name. They have location. I'm not really worried about that. They have title, which I guess we can do. They actually made this be review title. That's the initial default field that's there. As you can see with the flag, that's the primary field. Review title. Let's just put a space like they did. I don't know if we get the review, email, oh, and then we need to add product, which is going to be a reference, and that's going to reference your store products. And save that. Let's see. And then they have location and time. I'm not going to worry about location and time. Okay. So all of those are in there. That is our database where it's going to store all of the information that the users input. So we have our two databases. Now we just need to put the information we want in them. So we're going to put a title up in here. That's the first strip. This strip, we're actually going to name the strip review strip. And it's collapsed on load. You need to pay attention to the properties, and if you can't see properties, you can go to tools and click properties panel, or you can just right click and go view properties. So this strip we want to call review strip, and it's hidden on load. Then this strip we're going to add a title. I'm not going to worry too much. We're attaching it to the strip. I'm not going to worry too much about the look. Y'all can edit your looks however you want. Product reviews. Okay. We're going to add this ratings display. I'm just gonna copy it. I will show you how to do it. You can go, well, let me paste it here. What you would do is you'd go add, you would go input, ratings, and this is going to be a ratings display, not the input. This is the display. So you can choose the one you like the best. You're going to put it there. You're going to make sure the properties say general ratings and hidden on load, because you don't want it to show up until there is ratings. And then the next piece, again, this is just a text field. So you would add text. You can do whatever text you want, like that. Put it here. This would say % recommended. You're going to make sure it's called reco % and also hidden on load. So I'm just going to copy theirs because it's already all typed out and quicker. So that says reco %, it's hidden on load, and you can tell that by it kind of grays out whenever you click off of it. Did it do it? Yeah, okay. And then we have a thank you message. You can, again, it's just add text. And I'm going to stick it here. Thank you for writing a review. And you need to make sure this is called thank you message. And again, it's hidden on load. So properties, we're going to make that hidden on load. Okay? And now you need a button. You need to make sure you have your button so they can actually click something to write the review. So we're going to add a button. We'll just use that one. And we'll change the text. Write a review. I don't want an icon. And this button is going to be called Add Review. And enable by default. I think it's already done, yeah. And we want to also make sure, I figured this out when I was doing mine, that this little piece here was there, and I didn't have that on my button, so it wasn't working. So make sure you click that on ours. We're going to go here, on click, just hit the little plus button, and it puts that in there for you. If it names it wrong for whatever reason, just make sure it says add review _ click. It should do that automatically. Okay, so we have our display for the general ratings all set up. All of this is going to load because of the code that we're going to add. Okay, so now we're going to set up this section, which is where we display the reviews that are given, and that is going to be done with a repeater. So we're going to add lists and grids, and there's your repeaters. So you can pick your favorite. We're going to use the one they used, which was this. We're going to add it to this strip, which is not fitting, so what we're going to do is make this strip bigger. And then hopefully we can attach it. So now we can attach it. And I'm just going to stretch this out because I don't like the way that looks. Alright. And stretch these out. And what the repeater does is what it says. It repeats the information over and over again, so you don't have to redo a bunch of boxes. You want to make sure, again, all of these properties are labeled correctly. That's going to be the review comments. Let's make that big. We'll make that the name. We'll make that the title. And then we want to also have a input of ratings. We want another ratings display here. We'll choose that one. And on this one, we're not going to show all that. So we have the name, the title, the name, the comments, the review, and then we also want to put if they recommend it, which this is the piece I couldn't get working, so actually I'm just going to leave that out. I don't know, if you guys are interested, you can also pull this sample website up, and it's all in here. It's just a text box, and it says recommended, but for whatever reason, when I did it, on every product it said they recommended it, even if I chose not recommended. So I couldn't get that to work. Actually, I like the way they had that set up better. Let's do that. So we have the picture and the name. I'll put their name over here. Center that. That's the name, this is the title and the review, and that's the okay. Okay, so we want to make sure these are all named correctly. So we've got writer, oh, we lost properties. So right click it, view properties. We want this to be writer name. This writer name. This is going to be review image. Reviewer image. We've got title, which they didn't care about renaming. We've got text and recommendation, which we didn't do. This piece is called 1 rating. 1 rating. Okay. And they didn't name those two. So that is all. We didn't put a location, which they had here, but we don't care about that. And they also had a date, which I didn't put. So you can add those if you want. Those would just be more text boxes, as you can see. When you hover over it, says text. Okay. And then you also want this load more button. And again, that's just add another button. Actually, that says text. Maybe that's why it didn't work before. So add a text button, or add a text that says load more. Load more. Okay, and then make sure that one's called results pages. I didn't realize that was just text before, so. Okay, we're all set up for everything to display all the reviews. Now we need a input for this, right? So we need to add a Lightbox, interactive, Lightboxes. I start with a contact one because it already has inputs and stuff. Actually, let's just do this one. We're gonna call this Lightbox review. Actually, they didn't rename that, but when it's saved, you can rename it over there. So let's look at theirs. Lightbox, review box. We're gonna do the same thing. So we're gonna put write a review. I'm gonna move that up here. I don't actually want a picture. I don't want a form. Delete. I don't want that. I don't want that. We do want to add a container box though, because they named their container box. And again, you can design this to look however you want, whatever colors, whatever. I'm not going to worry too much about that. Okay, so we're going to add fields now. So input, we're going to do a text input. Okay, add your name. We're going to add another text box for email. We're going to add another text box for title. And another text box for, let's put, do you love us? Tell us why. This is going to be bigger. And then we're going to add and input a rating. Now this time it's going to be a rating input. And we'll just do this one. Do you love it? And you can edit all of this to be customized design. You can do whatever colors you want. You can set it up. You can rename the 1 star, the 2 stars, the 3 stars. You can you can set all that up here. I'm not going to show the title. What is the title? Oh, yeah, we'll show the title. What are we missing? Name of picture. Let's do that. Add, input, and it's going to be a upload button. How did they do that? Just choose a file, upload a photo. Oh, I guess we can just add text to that. Make this smaller. Yeah, let's upload a file. Here. Upload a photo. All right. Like that better. Okay, then we got the review. And what else? The recommendation. Do you recommend this product? That's just text. Just type it in there. And then you're going to add a, where is the radio button? Which we'll just pick one. And then you're going to add manage choices. We're going to delete all these because they're not relevant. Let's see, add a choice. This is going to be a yes. And we're going to set the value to true. And this one is going to be no. And set the value to false. Okay. Then we're going to settings. We want it to be, actually we're going to layout. We want it to be horizontal. Guess it needs to be a little longer. These colors are horrible, but you will design your own. And then we're going to add a button so they can submit it. Button. And down here somewhere. This is kind of all over the place, isn't it? We're not here for design lessons. We're here to know how to code it. Okay. Rename that. Submit your review. Okay. Again, we want to make sure all of these things are labeled correctly. So this is radio rating. Enable by default. Radio rating. Oh wait, am I doing that right? Radio rating. Yes. Enable by default, and then they also have this on change. Radio rating under change. So we're going to make sure that's clicked. On change. Radio rating underscore change. So perfect. Okay, so we got nickname. They didn't care about that. Oh, you can also choose if you want these items to be required. Set it up. Required. I want that required, and I want this required, and this required. Okay. We also, they have an error message. Let's just copy their little error message. This again is just text. We'll take out the little hand because it's not pointing to the right spot. we want this to, you want to make sure it's rate error, that's the ID, and hidden on load. Okay, so we're going through again. They didn't care about the nickname. None of these are labeled specially. Text box. That was the one that was called radio rating. This one is called radio group 1. I think that's the same as this. Yep. Enabled by default. Nothing else changed. Post review is called button 2. Nothing special there. I don't know where that looks good. Whatever. Okay, so button, we can call it the same thing just because you never know. Oh, I didn't like that. I guess something else is already called button 2. This is called upload button 1. Yep. So I think that's all set up. This container box is called review box. And this, I think, was actually called something as well. It's called close review box. And it is inside of the review box, so we want to make sure that that's inside of there. Close review box. Nothing else going on with that. Okay, so we can save, make sure we save. Okay, so here we're going to add a data set, and that is going to be where it's going to link all of this information. So you're going to go to add, you're going to go to content manager, data set. This is going to be a write data set because this is where all of the input is happening. I'm going to stick it here. It's not actually going to be visible to the reviewers. This is just for us. And they called theirs submit reviews. We're going to do the same. Submit review. Oh, reviews. Settings. Select a collection. Reviews or review stats. I can't remember. Settings, reviews. Submit reviews, write only, because this is the write one. Reviews, wait. Submit reviews is what they called it. So we're going to call it the same. Reviews, write only. That's all good. Now we need to make sure that the correct things are linked. I'm going to go through it and look because I don't remember exactly what they linked. Some of this is done by the code, so you don't actually want to link it to the data because they're going to send, the code is going to send this information to your review stats, and so we're going to let it do that. So this piece isn't linked. The name, the location, which we didn't do, email, review title, review box, the file, those are all linked. That's not. This is. So we want to make sure we're linking all of this information to our data set. So here we go. The name. Oh, we need to title these too, I guess. This is add your name, add your email. Oh, we're not going to require that. We're not going to require this either. Oops. Upload a file, settings, required, no. This we will require. Why does it keep doing that? That's required. Alright, so now we're going to link. So add your name. This is going to be connected to the submit reviews data set, and it's going to be the name. This is going to be connected to the reviews data set, and it's going to be the email. This is going to be connected to the reviews data set, and it's going to be connected to a photo. This one, oh, well, this one is title your review. Again, not required. You can do whatever you like with that. Submit reviews. This is going to be the title. This one, add, submit reviews. This is the comments. Review text. Okay. And what else do we got? Okay, so that was not, but it was called radio rating. Radio rating. This was not radio group 1. Radio group 1. And this also, okay, did that. Settings. Yeah, we're going to do that. So it's automatically on a yes. Why not? All right, and then submit your review is connected to submit reviews, submit. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to do submit reviews. We're going to submit it, and then you can choose what's going to happen. We're going to stay on this page. You can choose to send it to a link and then pick the link you want to send it to. You can send it back to the home page, the contacts, wherever you want to go. I want it to just stay on this page because I feel like it would be irritating to be sent to the home page when you were on a product page and then you'd have to navigate back to it. So we're going to leave it stay on this page, and I think that is everything. This is not linked to anything. So that's all of our Lightbox. In the Lightbox, we want to copy this code, and again, I'll add this to the comments or the description. We're just going to, if you don't see this section, it's right down here. So you just lift that up, and we're going to overwrite everything. You can delete what's in there and add that. And this is going to tell it, you know, this right here. If you read the gray marks after the double slash, this is the description of what the code does. So the other thing is, if you don't like what it says, you can change some of that here. But this is actions. So the event is if they didn't click one of these, it's going to ask you to please do that. Actually, this is going to go up here. Alright, we'll put that here. Okay, that's the error message. Anyway, so there, that is done. We can exit the Lightbox mode. We're going to make sure this is actually named Lightbox. We're going to rename this. Rename Review Box, just like they have. Exit. So if you look at their Lightbox, it's called Review Box. They didn't rename it anything special in the properties, so we're okay there. So there you go. Lightbox 1. We'll just make sure that it's Lightbox 1 because I'm not sure if it references that in the code. So we're going to exit the Lightbox editor. And now we need to add our data set for the reading, the reports. So again, we go to Add, Content Manager Dataset. This one is going to be, we're connected to reviews. I'll close this and make sure we're doing this right. Here's theirs. Settings. So connect to reviews, it's called Reviews Dataset. Already did that. Read only, because this is the display, we're not writing to this one. And I think that's it. There you go. So there's this one. Okay. So now we're going to make sure all of our items in our display is linked correctly. The name is going to be linked to reviews dataset, the name. So here we go. Name is connected to reviews dataset, writer name. This is going to be connected to reviews dataset, image source, photo image. They never actually do. Oh, we don't have to set this up. The code is going to do that. So forget I said that. Choose. Leave that blank. Okay. Then we have title. Connect to review title. This is connected to review text, wherever that went. There it is. And we got this guy, which is not linked to anything. He's called one rating. I don't know, this didn't work last time. Hopefully it works this time. This is called review strip. Review strip. I think we're all set up. We just need the code. I don't know if this is going to work properly, you guys. Because you know it always fails in some way. And we don't know why. Okay, so again, just copy and paste all of that. And we're going to hope everything's going to work. So we're going to publish this. Now we're going to go view. We're going to see if it worked. Let's go find a product. Well, that popped up and it shouldn't have. So right here, oh, this isn't working either. Oh, we didn't put a, wait a second. It should say no reviews yet. So there's code in here that says this is not happy. I'm looking at this. Is not a valid data selector. Reviews. We can call this review repeater maybe. I don't know if that's what we messed up. So that's right. So it is having a problem with, it cannot find reviews. Review strip, we named that. Where's reviews? Oh, that's what. The database was not in the properties renamed, so their database is called reviews in here. So we need to rename ours ID to reviews. And now it should be happy. So there, it's happy. No more red marks. What else did we mess up? Review repeater 1. That's not supposed to be called that. It's supposed to be called reviews repeater. Let's check. Refresh. I just, oh my goodness. Let's change that. Design. I'm just gonna copy their button because that button is ugly. Writer review. Okay, add review enabled. We want on click, and no, let's just click. Okay, I'm gonna recopy this because I think when we added stuff, it changes the code. So we'll repaste this. Alright. Lightbox settings. Automatically display. No, that is why. Okay, so let's just make sure all the rest of the settings are right. Review box. No. How does Lightbox close with an X? Okay. Now I think we're good. Exit Lightbox. Publish. Done. Okay. This review did not show up though, still, so something else is wrong. We're working through it, guys. Alright, write a review. Add name. Test at me.com. We're not doing a title. Can't get enough of these colors. I don't know if that's what that is, but we'll go with 3 to see if the rating changes. Yes, you recommend it. Submit. So now it went to 4.5. So this is all working. The ratings are not appearing. So what do we have wrong? Review strip. Do we have that named right? Reviews strip. Hidden on load. Reviews strip. Collapsed on load. Collapsed on load. So let's go with that. Publish. Done. Alright, let's check this out. Now we got it. Okay, guys. This is it. Let's see if this button, well, we don't have more than that, so it won't work yet. So there you go. I think we're good. Let's do another test. Name. Don't like it. Hate this. Do you recommend it? No. We're gonna do a 1. Submit. Okay, now we're having another problem. This is all correct, but these guys are not what they should be. So maybe we should connect this to the rating. They don't have it done on theirs. I don't understand. Theirs is not connected. But I think that's going to fix this. Refresh. Now it's working right. So I would just recommend connecting it. This is all still correct. And it's filtering out the product. So as you can see, we're on this Pepe collar. If we go to a different one, let's go to this little sweater. This one shows no reviews yet. So it's filtering correctly. It's doing everything we want it to do. I apologize for the trips and stumbles, but hopefully it helps you kind of learn how to decode your own issues. A lot of the times it's because some piece isn't ID'd correctly. So you gotta look at the strip, you gotta look at the repeater, you gotta look at that particular item. And sometimes there's some piece here missing, like I had collapsed instead of hidden. Misclicked. So as you can see, you just have to go through and make sure you have everything right. Again, they have the tutorial here. I didn't find it super helpful. I literally had to go and compare and contrast between the two sites, the one I was building and the one they had prepared. And again, you can take out pieces you don't want. But if you want to show these, you need the review stats database. And like I said, I'll put all of the code in the description, and I will give you the link to this tutorial. I hope this was helpful. I know a lot of people had some problems, and many of the videos out there are really old, so good luck with your own.